Hello and welcome back to this Pokemon Crystal Nuzlocke. I'm your host, Super Saiyan Blue Lucario. Let's have a quick team recap. We have Bruce the Totodile at level 10 with Scratch, Leer and Rage. We have Ree the Caterpie, level 5 with Tackle and String Shot. Snecky Sneck the Centra at level 5 with Tackle and Defense Curl. Rocky the Geodude level 3 with just Tackle. And Sprouts the Bellsprout, level 5 with Vine Whip. That is the team so far. We got a lot of encounters in the last episode, and we are now in the Sprout Tower. Hoping to get another encounter here. Depending on how quickly I can get through the Sprout Tower, we may, in fact, get the first gym battle today. Depends. Obviously, it's going to be half an hour of gameplay footage for this episode, so if I can get through it quickly, great. I am a little worried about dealing with Bellsprouts with Bruce. I'm 7 levels higher and it's still doing a decent amount of damage. That wasn't even a crit either. I could really use an encounter or training at one of my other mons. Getting them quite useful. Ree's actually going to be a good shout. Bug does resist grass. It's whether or not Ree has a high enough attack to do any serious damage. It's going to take about 5 tackles, I think, to get this. And I'm probably going to lose half my health trying to take this thing down. And that's if I actually hit every time as well, because Tackle has a... Just about to say, Tackle has a tendency to miss, and what happens? Tackle misses. And again! What the hell? It shouldn't miss this often, but it really does. Absolute bane of my existence, the move Tackle. Alright, we got rid of it, that's fine. How much are we doing? Substantial amount of experience though. That's going to be the benefit of Sprout Tower, because Bellsprout do give quite a bit of experience when you're battling them, certainly early doors, so might be able to get a Metapod actually quite quickly. Bolster those defences a little more, make it harder for them to take down my Ree. But obviously Ree's not going to be any help in the first gym against the flying types, so I'd want to train up Rocky, but Rocky is going to get absolutely destroyed if I try and train it in here. Well, it depends on the wild encounters. I mean, I think most of them are going to be Rattatas, but it is evening time, so hopefully we can get a Ghastly. It's 50-50 between the two, and to be honest, I really wish I'd caught that Rattata now in Route 46. Just to pretty much guarantee myself a Ghastly, because it would be the only other Pokemon available that I could catch. So we're just going to heal up real quick, because I think Ree's going to be quite useful for the moment. And from there, at least until I get an encounter. Hopefully I can get one pretty soon. We'll deal with that. I don't want to make it a team of 6. I'll probably take one of the mons I've got out. I'm most likely going to replace Sprouts. Put Sprouts in the PC. Just because I don't really see much use with the grass. I'm not a fan of using grass types. I don't often use grass types at all. I do like them, don't get me wrong. And there is a Ghastly. That's exactly what I needed right now. Obviously Ree can't do anything to this thing. Nor can anyone. Oh wait, Sprouts. Sprouts has got Vine Whip. I can at least damage it. So Sprouts will be useful. Won't bother me too much if Sprouts dies, because I'm not planning on using Sprouts. But if it can at least provide me with a little bit here, if it can help me get this Ghastly, will be absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I mean, long-term usage, like, probably not. And obviously, when I was saying with grass types, like, I'm normally the kind of person who'll go fire or water as my starter, pretty much guaranteed every time, despite the fact that my first ever playthrough on blue version as a 5-year-old, I did pick Bulbasaur. And from I really like using Bulbasaur, but then I used Squirtle the next time. I was like, oh my god, this is so much cooler, like a water type, like the Blastoise. The first ever playthrough of Silver, I used Chikorita as my starter. Then from then on, when I got Crystal, it was Cyndaquil or Totodile and resultant playthroughs of the games. So it's... Hang on, we'll send Sneaky Snack out because Ghastly can't do anything to this thing apart from put it to sleep. Hopefully we can catch it. But yeah, I have absolutely nothing against grass types at all. My style of playing, they don't really suit as much. I mean, I'll use them if I've got them. Hell, I started my playthrough of Moon with Rowlet. I haven't played Moon in ages. I will be starting that again, in all honesty, but... yeah, so the nickname for Ghastly is going to be Swayze because I had the film Ghost in my head for some weird reason. So Swayze the Ghastly has joined the team. We're going to heal him up and then we're going to switch train with Ghastly. Oh, to be fair, Ghastly's going to resist most of everything that we face, so should probably just use Ghastly and build up from there. Bruce is probably at a good enough level to handle the first gym as well, like maybe level 11 at a push, because if I remember rightly, his best mon is level 9, maybe 11. I think it's Pidgey and Pidgeotto, it's either 7 and 9 or 9 and 11 as his levels. Sprouts, you did the job, you got me Swayze, so you're now going in the PC to rest. And now we can go back to the Sprout Tower. Yeah, it's more down to... I don't use them very often, grass types. I'll have them in my team sometimes, and especially on competitive battles, they can be extremely useful. Like, I'm not gonna lie, especially the dual timing of the Grass Poison element on some of them. First generation Venusaur was a monster for one main reason for me. Was the Leech Seed Toxic combo, where as Toxic increased damage, Leech Seed compounded as well in Gen 1. So as Toxic then did double damage, then quadruple damage, Leech Seed also increased. So effectively, I took down a Dragonite in 3 turns with Leech Seed Toxic combo. I mean, it walloped me with I can't remember what it hit me with, but it hit me with a powerful attack. Lost a lot of HP, but Leech Seed brought me back and just whittled him down and just stalled it out because I had very little PP left for other moves, so I couldn't really do much else. Okay, Swayze's not doing too much damage, but obviously we're only level 4 at the minute. We are also hampered by the fact that I'm fairly sure Ghost is physical in the first few gens, like before the physical special split. And Ghastly, Haunter and Gengar are definitely special attackers. But they are still very useful and very easy to train. Like, he's probably going to go up a level after this battle. Like, that much I can see. Pretty confident. And obviously his stats will start boosting, and hopefully we can move forward quite quickly. Okay, 54 experience. Yeah, see, level 5 already. Bang. and a good chunk of the next level done as well, so let's get cracking. We'll stick with you. Hopefully I can keep him asleep for a while so I can actually get enough... Oh, come on! Downside of Hypnosis, only a 60% accuracy. Yet still more likely to hit than tackle. That has a higher accuracy rating. Well, certainly with my luck anyway. Alright. Lick. Lick that thing to death. Oh, come on! It wakes up turn 1. Really? I mean, we're doing a good bit more damage this time, but... Uh-oh. That was a crit. I'm gonna heal. I have plenty of potions, so... Ghastly doesn't exactly have a lot of HP to start with. So we should be fine to just keep working through this. Chipping away. Obviously it's going to make Sprout Tower a little slower to get through, but I just don't want to rely on Bruce, because as the Bellsprout get higher in level, those Vine Whips are going to do quite a bit of damage, especially I think there's ones later on which have Growth as well. So Growth and Vine Whip is going to cause all sorts of problems unless I have Swayze at a decent level. And it's not going to take me much to get Swayze up there. I mean, he's probably going to be level 7 by the end of this battle. Like, jump 3 levels in the space of a battle. That is what I like to see. Just lick that thing to death. There we go, Paralysis. A much more competent status than Sleep at the minute, because they wake up turn 1. Like, seriously. All that effort, that 60 accuracy, and then it wakes up turn 1. It's just a slap in the face. The good thing about having Swayze as well is if I can get into a good level, if I encounter the roaming legendaries, because the roaming legendaries, they'll be static encounters. So if I encounter him, I can catch him. That's the way it's going. If I have him at, say, level 40, Mean Luck will be able to keep it there. So as long as Mean Luck and Hypnosis, so it doesn't use Raw, I can whittle down the HP and potentially get myself a legendary. Obviously Suicune is going to be a static anyway, so I'll be able to try and catch that as it is. But yeah, to be fair, Suicune is the one I'd rather... Oh, I have a water type anyway. So, of the other types, I mean, Entei would be great. I mean, if I don't have a fire type, and if I don't have an electric type, Raikou as well. Because this is Crystal, so I cannot get Mareep. Which is devastating because I absolutely adore Ampharos. However, there is a potential chance of getting an Electabuzz, but of course it's a 1 in 8 chance at the daycare centre in Goldenrod. This is Crystal, so we get given an egg at the daycare centre, which is any one of the baby Pokemon that are available in this game. So anything from Cleffa, Igglybuff, Elekid, Magby, Smoochum. Who else is possibility in there? That might be all of them actually. There's a chance that any one of the baby Pokemon basically. But what's also interesting is it's a 1 in 16 chance that the egg you will hatch is shiny. Which is something I learned quite recently actually, when Gold, Silver and Crystal were made available on the online store for the 3DS. When they got released for the nostalgia effect. Not only that, but shiny hunting and breeding was so much easier in Gen 2 when it was introduced, because they were still working out the kinks with it. In essence, if one of the parents is shiny, your chances are raised from, I think, 1 in 256 to, or whatever the odds were for a shiny initially in the wild, to 1 in 64. And then depending on like a few other circumstances, like which the egg was, etc., like what the parents were, that chance could be considerably higher. So, like on my crystal that I have on my 3DS card, I mean, I think I hatched about 20 shinies. I mean, I hatched 2 consecutive Cyndaquil shinies. I hatched a shiny Scyther at the first attempt. I mean, it was ridiculous. And then on top of that, I found 6 legit shinies in the wild. A Magnemite that fled, which was heartbreaking. But then just fishing, I had shiny Krabby, I found a shiny Tentacool in the wild. I found loads. And the worst of this was my friend at the Pokemon Society, he tried, I think he went through about 300 eggs trying desperately to get one particular shiny. I can't remember what it was he was going for. I'm going to say Sneasel, but I'm not certain off the top of my head. I'll have to ask him on this one. But he was going through like hundreds of eggs, and my very first one, Scyther, hatches as a shiny. And then the next thing I go for, I think it was a Pineco. I got that within 5 eggs. Obviously the egg mechanic as well is a little different with being Gen 2 because it was only just introduced. It was harder to get the eggs themselves. It was a lower chance of the parents getting eggs. They were still working out the egg groups and bits and pieces like that. So getting an egg was harder, and hatching an egg was also a little more awkward as well. It just took longer. But in terms of getting shinies, it was easier. So, and obviously with it able to be transferred up to like all the actual games like Gen 6, Gen 7, etc. through the Pokemon Bank and Poke Transporter, I have an army of shiny Eevees ready to go up to like Gen 7. So an army of shiny Eeveelutions. And some of the shinies are absolutely phenomenal. In this sense. Obviously some of the shinies changed the further you got in the gens. I know shiny Ponyta changed. I love shiny Ponyta. The blue fire is absolutely beautiful. But it's more of like a dirty, smoky, ashy colour in the older games, like when it first came in, which I don't mind. I mean, it still looks really cool, but it's not quite the same as it becomes. And then some Pokemon, they swap their natural colour with their shiny sprite, and I mean, that was it was changes that Game Freak decided to make, and I have nothing against them at all. But what quickly became my favourite shiny, certainly when I saw it in Gen 2 here, shiny Umbreon. The blue replacing the gold. Oh, it was absolutely beautiful. I mean, then there's some shinies where it's just like a tiniest shade change in the palette. It's almost impossible to tell what the shiny is. Like, is this a shiny? Is this not a shiny? Like, example on later generations, shiny Regice. Who can even tell? Like, no one can actually tell, pretty much. Or it's extremely subtle anyway. And some of them just aren't worth it for the shiny. I mean, some of them I prefer the original colours, but shiny's the shiny. A golden Scizor is amazing. after the red and green of the shiny Scyther, which also looks badass, not gonna lie. Just shinies in general, and I like shiny hunter. Maybe I can do some hatching streams looking for like shinies, hatching shiny, just getting a load of eggs, trencher, in a future thing. Obviously not through Nuzlocks and things like that, but just future video ideas kind of thing. Just sit there hatching for shinies, chasing for shinies, and just talking to the audience, sort of thing. Oh, I'm definitely getting you out there, Swayze. Just want to raise Rocky a little bit, make him potentially useful in the gym. I mean, Bruce could probably handle it. I mean, if he battles the trainer battles, he should be able to get through, but I want a diverse team. And importantly, Rocky will be very useful against Bugsy. Especially if I get that guy to learn Rock Throw. Because that Scyther that Bugsy will have is a little concerning at the moment. I mean, it's going to be level 16. I mean, I'm just trying to think ahead. So, having Rock Throw on that guy, especially because it's Bug Flying, I think. Scyther, so it'll be quad effective with Rock Throw. There are no fire types that I can get on the way. I mean, it's maybe in terms of the next route down, I'm not sure what I can get really. I mean, Wooper, Hoot Hoot, a flying type would be quite useful. And then there's potential encounters in the Slowpoke Well that I can get. The route south of the Union Cave before you reach Azalea Town. I'm not sure if that's a new route yet. I'll have to double check the map before I make any assumptions on that. Ekans, Poison type. I don't think Poison's super effective on Bug. That's Gen 1, like the original Gen 1, where both Bug and Poison are super effective on each other. They just got that messed up a bit, but it makes you think a little more when it comes to using Mons on Red and Blue. If you remember the original typings and how they worked them, makes things very interesting. Come on, Swayze. Let's lick that thing to death. And it wakes up straight away. Why do I even bother with Hypnosis? Seriously. I got one attack in before it woke up. And it's still doing quite a bit. No, it's doing 2 damage. So it's not doing a massive amount, and I'll be able to whittle it down, no problem. There's the paralysis. Excellent. Just stop yourself in paralysis. Just once. Just once, please. There's Lick. Fine, yeah, we're good. We're never in any danger, really, of losing that one, in all honesty. Rocky gained 63 experience. Rocky grew to level 5. Swayze's near enough level 10. You're about to send in Hoot Hoot. We'll send in Rocky. Hoot Hoot can't do anything to Rocky, actually. It's level 7. Do I risk it? Because Tackle and Peck aren't going to do anything. I don't have a lot of HP, but it depends on how much damage Tackle does. Not an awful lot, but how much are we receiving in return? Only 1 damage. Yeah, we're going to do this with Rocky. And so the battle takes a little longer. Just keep plugging away. Come on. We got this. Just keep chipping away, Rocky. You can do it! Dun 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 dun. Bum bum, bum. Oh, and that critical knockout hit from Rocky. See, the moment I start humming on with Eye of the Tiger, we get the knockout crit, and we jump 2 levels, and we learn defense curl, because that is how Rocky rolls. And yes, I apologise for the horrendous pun. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, hello, Silver. Ah, you just beat this guy. Okay. Pokemon are not tools of war. War. Huh. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. War. Huh. I don't know the rest of the words, to be honest. It's just that little bit. I think that's what everyone pretty much knows anyway. Okay, so we're about to face... You have a Bellsprout and a Hoot Hoot. I don't know who you're leading with. I think you lead with the Bellsprout. So we're going to lead with Swayze. If it leads with a Hoot Hoot, we switch straight away. Because he's going to go for Foresight. And physical defenses on Ghastly are not good at all. So once it's used Foresight, it's a case of, no. Okay, he's led with the Bellsprout, that's fine. Swayze can handle this, not a problem. It's level 7. Swayze's near enough level 10 now as well, so Hypnosis. I mean, Swayze would be a higher level, but I was doing a little switch training as well, just to try and keep some of my other levels in touching distance. We're going to Lick. Yeah. Just keep plugging away with Lick. Not too far. It's not going to take too much. Like, another 3 hits maybe, unless we get a crit. And obviously they've fixed the critical hit scenario for Gen 2 a bit. It's no longer based purely on base speed. It's more about a luck-based ratio. And focus energy works properly in this game, instead of halving your critical hit ratio, etc. I mean, still, like, it made you think a little more in Gen 1, like remembering, if you realised that certain moves didn't work the way they were supposed to. Some moves are no longer broken, in like, for example, the way Wrap was destructive in Gen 1. I remember it used to frustrate the hell out of me as a child, but then I was always on blue version, so I never got Ekans. Really, and that's probably the reason why I'd never really used an Ekans in any run-through, really. I don't often use poison types that much. Like, I've barely ever used... I think I've used a Muck once, although playing through Moon I have an Alolan Grimer, so when I start out again I probably will use Alolan Grimer again. I used Coughing and Wheezing for the first time ever in a story mode on my Team Rocket Edition Let's Play series. Definitely worth checking that out. And even just looking up the game itself, playing the game yourself. Based around Gen 1, obviously the map's ripped apart and forged into like, a new region. But very enjoyable game, very challenging in places. And definitely it was a very good hack for me. For me personally, I really enjoyed it. I mean, nostalgia alone for the Gen 1 style of play. And it's the red and blue engine for the moves and things like that. Some parts were quite annoying and frustrating, but you get that in any game. And I mean, this was no different, but it added a new dimension. I think because I played it blind, had I tried to Nuzlocke it straight away, I would have died. I mean, going into a trainer battle against a Geodude, and the only Pokemon you could have possibly caught will be resisted by the Geodude. I had to stall it out with Ember. But yeah, I was using Coughing in that playthrough, and Coughing and Wheezing as well. It's the bulk on that Pokemon. On top of that, the power, like, its special stat was really, really damaging. I mean, Thunder on Wheezing was just beautiful. And it came in very handy in the Elite Four recently, if you saw the finale. Definitely worth checking that out. I'm not going to spoil anything. But we used Weezing's most famous move in the finale to try and take down the Elite Four champion. And I'm not going to say whether it worked or not, but it's just brilliant. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the playthrough. I'm definitely going to come back to it in the future and do a Nuzlocke. See if I can do it. I mean, now I at least have a vague idea of where I'm going through the game. I'll be able to get through that in a better time than the Let's Play series. I took my time in the Let's Play series, tried to catch a load of Mons and just work through. But yeah, I think if I can definitely Nuzlocke that in future. But that's going to be a ways down the line. I want to keep going on new projects. Don't want to come back and revisit projects just yet. Certainly not for a good while, because there's so much potential content that I can do before doing something like that. Maybe I could do that as a versus series if I can get someone to collaborate with, etc. So these are all potential things for down the road. As for right now, we're going to enjoy this Pokemon Crystal Nuzlocke and just enjoy the channel. Enjoy the entertainment. Hopefully these are entertaining for you guys, certainly as much as it is for me. And I will continue to try and improve my content episode by episode to be as enjoyable as possible. We are almost out of time as well, so I don't think we'll get the badge this episode. So this is going to be the last battle of the episode, I think. We're just going to hit time now, which leaves me just ready for badge number 1 at the start of the next episode, which, to be fair, is a good way to end it, I'm not going to lie. And then gym battle to start episode 3, ticking off with a bang. Why not? Don't forget to follow me on social media. The links are on the side of the video and will be in the description box below. Follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/SSB Lucario. Follow me on Twitter at JohnBT_Saiyan. And follow me on Instagram at super_Saiyan_blue_Lucario. Give those a like, give a share, yeah. Give the video a like, comment and share. Please subscribe as well for more content uploaded every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. The Pokemon Christmas Nuzlocke will be airing later this week. Those episodes will be uploaded on a daily basis for the 12 days of Christmas. So definitely check those out, along with the Legend of Zelda series continuing on. But yeah, and until next time, it's time for me to have a cup of tea.